On social media reports that there may have been a tornado. Well, we can verify that there likely was not. What we had was a very strong thunderstorm that rolled across parts of central St. Tammany Parish starting out west, and as it moved through likely had some strong downburst winds, which winds will do damage whether or not it's from winds, straight line, or tornadic. It does look like it produced a bit of damage, and we can go back in time. This is starting at about 1 o'clock, and as we kind of scroll through here, notice a little cluster of storms that were up near Folsom, and then another one moving out of southern Tangi. These two cells kind of merged as they continued moving toward the east, and that did prompt the National Weather Service office to issue a severe thunderstorm warning, mainly from the threat of strong winds and hail. They were able to find a fairly decent hail core, and some of the photos that we have seen thus far reports of the kind of confirm the reports of the possible hail as well as some damage from strong winds. So all of that has been verified with what had been a severe thunderstorm warning. That was at around 2:30, and that storm continued fairly potent still toward the Slidell area. Notice as it moved out of the warned area after 3, the warning was allowed to expire as the storm no longer had the strongest of the winds. Kind of continued along I-10 south of 10 toward 90, and then as we've gotten here into the last image, still holding steady. I'm going to move my computer out of the way here a little bit. Still steady, but again, nothing severe. However, some strong thunderstorms around the Diamond Head to Bay St. Louis area. We can also do is go back in time, showing that storm as it was moving over St. Tammany, as well as show the velocities. And I'm going to go back a little bit here. So just bear with me for a second. And then kind of going back to 1 o'clock, as we watch those two storms kind of converging, we're looking at the winds here. So this is the storm as it was nearing Covington, and then also the cell that was nearing or passing through Folsom. And then as they merge together, we're going to look to see if we have that couplet where you have the bright reds and greens close together. It was definitely there, but this is over a very large area. So this was likely what is considered a mesocyclone. So you had a fairly potent, likely rotating broad thunderstorm, but it wasn't very tight together. And believe me, if the Weather Service is seeing that rotation very close together, they are issuing a warning. They never really saw the need for a warning from this, but as they've said, kind of the classic signature for what is a downburst wind. So regardless of straight line winds or a tornado, wind damage is wind damage, and it does look like that's what we saw on the North Shore. As that kind of continued along, notice what had been kind of a more broad circulation really started to even broaden out even more so, which is why those stronger winds were coming down in strength, and that is why as the storm itself continued toward the Slidell area, the warning was allowed to expire. So as of right now, the only reports of damage that we are seeing was at around the Avila Hospital, and again right around 3:15 was when they saw some of the strongest of the winds at hail core. And again, what looks to be from, I'm just reading the reports here from the National Weather Service, they are not saying that they saw anything that would have confirmed a tornado, but definitely verified their reasoning for a severe thunderstorm warning. And that was due to the strong winds and some hail, that even some of the hail may have caused some minor damage. So definitely getting some reports around the Covington, North Mandeville area from some storm damage that occurred a little bit earlier in the afternoon. As of right now, nothing that is verifying that as a tornado. Some reports, and again, you may have seen kind of the broad spin, broad circulation of a fairly strong thunderstorm, but thankfully that didn't last for very long. Already now moving around the Diamond Head to Bay St. Louis area. And as we look back at radar just over the kind of updating you as to what is on radar at the moment, not much. That fairly potent thunderstorm weakening as it moves through Diamond Head, Bay St. Louis, and some spotty showers a little bit upriver from the river parishes, especially from Gramercy up toward Gonzales. This is all rainfall associated kind of ahead of a weak front that is to our north, but a front that will bring in some less humid air for the next couple of days and a sort of fall taste, as highs will be in the more lower to mid 80s over the next couple of days with that dry air in place. We'll have a more complete look at the rain on radar through the rest of this evening, the drier air on the way, and the latest on now Hurricane Helene coming up on WW Louisiana at 5 and 6. For now, I'm Chief Meteorologist Chris Franklin.